Libra, welcome to Tourmaline Tarot. We're going to do your major issue read for May, where we're going to just get the majors from one deck and do life, finances, relationships, and then we're going to do clarifying with a whole other deck and see what comes out. So, what can Libra expect in May? Sleepy buddies. 2. 3. There we go. That was satisfying. Alright. Oop. Strength. It was like, no, this is the general. So overall, solid, right? Rock solid. Finances, Tower. We're going to talk. So then we have the Moon in relationships. So something is obviously changing in your just overall stability point. It's not necessarily that you're not rising to the challenge, because in general you got strength. But if there's anything in your relationship zone that is kind of affecting how you're handling the rest of your business, you know, the Moon's very internal for me. It's very go with your gut, but it is something kind of pulls you in. And I'll shut up and we'll clarify. So, strength. What do we have? Wheel of Fortune. It's almost like, I get this feeling of like you just got to weather it. And I know that's like a totally jerk thing to say, but we'll get into it a little more. But we have the Tower, Lovers. So there's something's felt. The challenge is this kind of decisions, collaborative relationship kind of thing. Did some kind of business relationship fall through? Did some kind of job change in a way that you weren't really expecting? Now, the Tower doesn't have to be complete and total demolition. It can just be like a, whoa, did not see that coming. But it moves it for the better. The Temperance thing. There's some kind of patience that you're having to have that I feel like stuff is kind of getting put on hold necessarily, and it's not bad, but it is there that element of being put on pause. Things are on pause in certain aspects of your life, and we'll dig a little more, but I think you'll be able to push through, because Temperance is a very strong card for me, and the Moon, and you literally have strength as the general overall, and time is the thing that's going to, but it's like, great, thanks, I know that was going to be the reason. So let's get into the Tarot of Mystical Moments and see exactly, Libra, what you're being strong about and everything. 3 of Wands. It's like you're, like I said, there's this waiting. There's this pause element where you are kind of waiting for the ships to come in. And with the Temperance, there's the patience. You know, you're being, but I get like a very gracious vibe. You're just, all right, this is 3 that came out at once, but 9 of Swords. I mean, it's like you're being, like I said, there's gracious. Like you might be feeling a certain way, but you're not mouthing off about it. So you have the King of Cups, and then you have the 9 of Pentacles as well. So, like I said, that King of Cups is very gracious and seeming very balanced, but there is an element with this 9 of Pentacles where you are taking stock of what do you have? What isn't, you know, what advantages do you have? Advantages is a strong word, but like, what are the assets? That's a better way to put it. What are the things that are working for you? What's working for you? And how are you going to use those? So, looking at the finances with the Tower and the Lovers is the challenge. We have 7 of Wands. This guy's got to be strong breaking through the bars, and the Magician. But there's confusion on how to use this Magician energy, on how to, like, bring it out. So there could be disagreements in how to proceed. And this guy's over here bending the bars. But you have 8 of Swords and 10 of Pentacles. Stuff could be, like I said, tied up in some way, shape, or form. But, you know, you have 9s over here. You have the 10 here. So something's kind of closing out as well. You know, and here's an 8 too. So you're kind of in the higher uppers. And 7 back here. So it's kind of like there is progression. There is movement. But something is keeping you stuck, or there's obligations. 8 of Swords is also obligations, and you're keeping the engine running. You know, it's like you're keeping all the gears oiled. You're keeping the engine running. You're just, you're keeping all the gears oiled. And you're just, you're keeping the engine running. You know, it's like you're keeping the engine running. And you're just, you're keeping the engine running. You know, it's like you're keeping all the gears oiled. you know, you're just doing the maintenance on stuff, but nothing's, like I said, there's like a pause. So looking at the Moon and Temperance, what are we looking at there? We have Six of Wands. Yeah, so I mean, the victory and the recognition is coming. I don't feel like it's moving as fast as you might want it to. So, I mean, this isn't a bad reading, but it's just like a, you know, you're just like, come on. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles, Six of Cups. So, I mean, this is, people say it's like the wife energy, but this chick has it together, you know, and you don't have to be a chick, you could easily be a guy, but it's more the energy of embodying, have it together. And the Six of Cups, something, you know, you could be caught in a nostalgia loop where like things were better, but you have two sixes here. But somebody could want to get back in, and, you know, I don't know. I don't really get the sense you're waiting for them. I want to pull one on that to see whether it's more of like a you're waiting on their business. Six of Cups. Give me one on the Six of... Okay. You have the Knight of Cups. So yeah, somebody does want to come in and give you something. But these two came out to be like, Hermit, no, Eight of Pentacles. I have other stuff to worry about. Like, I need to work on this. You know, and this is a 9 and this is an 8 as well. So somebody does want to come in and offer you something, but you're like, I'm sorry, do you see this going on over here? Like, I got other stuff to do. I got other stuff to worry about. So I'm not sure you're not going to be like open arms or whatever. You know, people say Libras are indecisive, but I think with this one, you're like, I got time. Like, I'm busy. But if they're coming back, I think with the Patience and the Moon, you're just like, Temperance and the Moon, which is like Patience, you're just like, you know, you'll give it a whirl, but like they better be on the right foot from the get-go. Because I don't see you having a lot of patience for it in the long haul, because you're already kind of, I don't want to say fighting the good fight, but you're already putting the work into other stuff in your life, and you're trying to make that all happen, and you're not going to let anyone come in and start, you know, rocking your boat. So, moving on to the extent of the norm, and we're going to see exactly what's going on there for Libra. What can Libra expect in May? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Okay. So, religion. Basically, this is like a Hierophant card for me. This is, you know, what do you believe? What are your like no-goes? What are your do's, don'ts? What's the code? What do you live by? So you kind of are sussing that out. Inconstance. If it's not, you know, if there's something squeezing you, holding you, what are we going to do about that? Pride. You know what? And I'm not going to say it's ego. You know, there's just like I get more of like the Nine of Pentacles off this one. You're just going to be like assessing what you have. You know, if someone has made you feel like stuck, or if you, I don't usually go this way, but if you've been bending yourself to meet other people's beliefs, you know, in the religion aspect, it's like, no more. You can't do that anymore. So what is the pride? Illness and hope. I feel like you're coming out of that with that strength and everything, and then it's taken time to do it. But on the other side of that, like once you finally realize what you have and what you're bringing to the table, inconstance was this rival. So like this squeeze, it was that push-pull. A lot of pushing and pulling. And the religion, what was that about? The judge. If you felt like you were being judged, literally, or like somebody was placing their standards or their beliefs on you, you're like, no, like you can't be fit into that anymore. And you're kind of like re-examining yourself. And even if everything feels like it's on pause, you know, the strength to push through that and that time to scooch it along, it's coming. Because, you know, you have the Six of Wands back here. And like I said, It's almost like if they want to come back, you're like, I'm sorry, do you see this over here? Like, excuse me. So, Libra, I think you're in a good place for now. I do see that let the time do its thing. You just keep eyes on prize for you. And I will talk to you in a couple weeks.